folks around the stadium clad in silver and black, going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready? 57's right. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go back.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Cleveland Farrell brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. 2nd tight end taken in the draft. And amazingly, the 2nd Iowa tight end taken in the draft. His teammate T.J. Hockenson, 8th overall. He was selected by the Lions. But Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine, and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll try the draw. Lindsay. And some room to work. The 20. A big chunk of yardage there. 37 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsay. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Locke going to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And McManus able to put it through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. Caught left side, Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Pass complete, Carr to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
Bravo! 47 is the mic. 47.
From the 45 on second down, Carr got his man, Isaiah Crowell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. This is Josh Jacobs, the Alabama man, with his first NFL carry. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on second and 6. Carr, that is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they go to work on a first and goal.
What now? You ready? Check, 47. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Carr keeps it on the sneak. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
You ready? You ready?
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Block now on first down. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now Locke. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsay. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, he came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
On first and 10, it's Lindsay. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Back at his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry. He gets away from 1.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Here we go, set, 10 logo. Tight is Ringo, tight is on Ringo, tight is on Ringo.
Now Locke on the bootleg. Escaping the pressure. Now Locke, he lost the football, it's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 44 yards on the ground. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Here's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
At the Broncos' 33-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing now is Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. He gets it to Brown, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Open man, it's Allen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
You're mine.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, high 7. Let's go, D. Big
From the gun, it's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this? He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Carr now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Carr, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd and 5 now. Carr. They'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. That right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. I mean, last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Both down. 180. You.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. This is caught. It's Ryan Graham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Ryan Graham, 59 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, being on the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 27, Locke. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there, and it's 3rd down. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
On first down, Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
Here's Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Well, a decent little gain puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Lock now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Down. 280. Quit talking about it.
Once again, it's Jacobs. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Try down. 6-18.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's pick it up. It's out. It's first. Let's get off the field. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Outright, this one goes to Patrick. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Lock now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job. Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league. And he lost the football. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose? It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it. They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football. They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements. They come out here in the eye. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. And it is is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 6-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Over the middle here to Brown. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 16 yards, a first down.
16 yards. And the Raider first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the second-round pick in 2018.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
Hey, what? Down. You ready? Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Carr going to throw here. He'll have a first down past the 40. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Check. 637. Hey, exit.
From the gun, Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
On the ready.
On first down, Locke. Well, that's complete to Sanders. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Clock now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So